So this has been my current work setup. Okay, not actually. I do work indoors like a normal person, but my schedule has been a mess because I've been traveling for the entire past month. So on more relaxed days like this one, when we don't need to drive anywhere or do anything, I usually like to still wake up relatively early. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I sleep in until noon, but today I actually managed to wake up at 8:40, so everyone else was still sleeping while I did my morning routine. Also, please excuse how swollen my eyes look in this first part of the video, because there's just something wrong with my eyes right now. I don't know what's going on. They just look like that in the morning. Okay, moving on. So I tried to wake up before my family so that I could get some of the vlogging, talking part of this done, because there is nothing more awkward than trying to vlog in front of your family. But my mom woke up, so that's okay. She's allowed to wake up whenever she wants. So I escaped to the bedroom so that I can tell you about how I'm planning my day. Okay, so the app that I use, everyone always asks me about this. This is called To Do. It's spelled in French, so it's Teuxdeux. I've been using this for years. I love it. Okay, so the big thing I'm doing today is I'm filming this day in the life video. Another big thing that I have to do today is stuff for the book. So I'm actually allowed to talk about the book now, because when you're watching this video, the book will already be announced, but through the magic of the internet, where I am currently in space and time, I have not made the announcement yet, so I have to prepare for that in 2 days. Where is that? Okay, so I was gonna research some companies for printing the pre-order gifts and look over the designs with Maya, a few random emails to send. When I'm at home, I like to do a midweek check-in, but I just don't think that's needed while I'm traveling. I'm gonna design that thumbnail, get that done ahead of time. I'm gonna post on Instagram to promote our dream team, and by telling you about this, I'm also promoting it in this YouTube video. So the dream team is our membership community on Vibely, where you get tons of bonuses. So one thing I do is I send my weekly review as this long, detailed, personal, behind-the-scenes newsletter. You get access to all of my book notes and summaries that I have written and will write in the future. There's a VIP level where you get your name at the end of videos, you get physical goodies and gifts, you get free access to the 21 Days to Productive Flow course. So there's a lot going on, and if you're interested in watching this, the link is in the description to learn more. I'm just so good at effortlessly cross-promoting my stuff. And then the last thing is I want to send postcards. I still have not bought the postcards. And we're in a very small city right now. I forget what it's called. Literally every single time I forget what it's called. Cubelles. It doesn't sound very Spanish. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. But if I do find postcards while we're out and about today, I'll buy them and I'll write them. But if not, whatever. It's fine. We're on vacation. It's chill. You guys messaged me a lot asking about this recipe, so I'm going to tell you it once and for all. The first thing you do is you chop up like 3 bell peppers and 1 or 2 onions, and this makes about 3 or 4 servings. Put a teaspoon of olive oil in the pan, saute the vegetables, add a pinch of salt, a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. The vinegar is really important. Spinach. A generous heaping of spinach, because you know when spinach cooks down, it just becomes this tiny itty bitty wilted thing, and then at the end you're gonna mix in 2 eggs. I've been making this a lot while we've been traveling, but this is actually the first time that I have all of the ingredients that I need to make it properly. This is the first time I have olive oil available to me, as well as balsamic vinegar. This makes the dish, so it has not tasted right the entire time that I've been making it, but today I think it's going to be really good today. The last thing you're going to do is slice up like 1/4 of an avocado. Bonus points for presentation, and you're done. It's really hot in here. After I had breakfast and got attacked by a bee, I tried to get some work done, I think I went to the bedroom because there weren't any outlets by the kitchen table, so working on the bed was the next best thing. I spent some time researching companies for printing tote bags and art prints and stickers and such, and I just got so into the flow I completely disregarded my Pomodoros, which you know is very out of character for me, and I wasn't even distracted by my brother in the background doing, I don't know, whatever he does on his phone. Then we fueled up with a delicious homemade lunch and went out to the beach. We were there for a couple of days, so every time that we went to the beach, I would usually alternate between swimming, playing tennis with my brother, and the very cliche reading a book by the beach. So I downloaded on my Kindle Land of Big Numbers by Taiping Chen, which was not at all like what I usually read. It was a collection of fictional short stories that are slightly in the supernatural/magical genre, but also show some like very mundane parts of life in an interesting way. So if that sounds good to you, I have a link in the description. I'm not promoting this book or anything. Once we got back from the beach, I had a snack and then I opened up my computer. So here's where we get to the dramatic part of this video. Basically, when we went to the beach, I put my laptop and a water bottle into my bag, which was pretty stupid. And then suddenly I felt water dripping down my side because the water bottle had come uncapped. And I was like, oh, it's fine. Like, the computer's closed. It won't be damaged. Everything's fine. Yeah, so it just was not working. The LCD screen had like a water stain on it. So I wanted this video to show the realistic struggles of working while traveling, and the universe was like, hey, how about your computer breaks? How's that for a struggle? That'll make for great video content. After that, I went to the grocery store with my dad and brother, pretty much just as a distraction because I was pretty annoyed with myself. And then my brother and I took the New York Times linguistics test, which tells you which part of the United States you sound like you are from. And my brother was a little annoyed with our results. What do you think about this?
How do you get Madison and Milwaukee when I get Orlando? I get the worst cities in the US and you get Rochester, Milwaukee, and Madison. And it wasn't like I got some of Wisconsin. That blue and yellow. Florida was bright red.
After that, we headed out to the beach again because when you're surrounded by scenery this beautiful, you just have to take advantage of it.
Rock skipping tutorial.
I'm gonna find a flat rock like this. It can be larger. This is probably below optimal size. You have to have muscle. You gotta get that velocity.
After a night walk, we stopped for dinner at a pizza place. The owner said that it was his grandma's recipe, so props to his grandma for a bangin' pizza recipe. And of course we had some sangria, which I can post footage of because the drinking age in Europe is 18, so please do not come after me. So after the whole spilling water on my computer fiasco, I actually got to use my mom's computer, so that was a lifesaver. But I still stayed up later than planned answering emails and stuff. And then I also needed to organize some of my to-do list based on what I could and couldn't do now that I didn't have my computer. But my brain was just too fried to do that, so I just went to bed. I did brush my teeth and wash my face and update day one with a quick journal entry. But yeah, that was a very realistic day. If you're curious, my computer is currently in the hands of Apple. I did have Apple Care Plus, so the repairs were luckily free, but I miss my baby. I'll be okay though. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what other Spain content you want to see, and I'll see you next week. Bye!